When you think of Christmas, what comes to mind? Probably twinkling lights, jolly old St. Nicholas and presents under the tree, right? But what if I told you that in some parts of the world, Christmas also brings a terrifying, horned creature straight out of your darkest nightmares? A demon who doesn't bring gifts, but punishment. Tonight, we're journeying into the snowy mountains of Alpine Europe to uncover the chilling legend of Krampus. Forget the naughty list and a lump of coal. For centuries, while St. Nicholas was rewarding the good children, his dark companion, Krampus, was taking care of the rest. The name Krampus comes from the German word Krampen, which means claw. And believe me, that's a very fitting name. Imagine a creature that's half goat, half demon. He's covered in shaggy black or brown fur, has massive, curling goat horns and a long, pointed tongue that lolls from his mouth. His feet are cloven hoofs, and he carries a bundle of birch branches, not for decoration, but to swat naughty children. As if that wasn't terrifying enough, he's often depicted rattling heavy chains, a sound meant to announce his horrifying arrival. The origin of Krampus is ancient, predating Christianity itself. It's believed he's the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. In pre-Christian traditions, pagan festivals celebrated the winter solstice, and figures like Krampus were part of rituals meant to scare away winter's ghosts. When Christianity spread across Europe, many of these pagan traditions were either stamped out or absorbed into Christian holidays. Krampus was too popular and too terrifying to simply disappear, so he was cleverly woven into Christmas folklore as the sinister counterpart to the benevolent St. Nicholas. The main event is Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, which takes place on December 5th, the eve of St. Nicholas's Day. On this night, legend says Krampus roams the streets. While St. Nick is preparing to leave treats in the shoes of good kids, Krampus is on the hunt for the misbehaved. What happens to them? Well, the stories vary. Some say he just gives them a good scare or a swat with his birch sticks. But the more sinister tales claim he stuffs them into the sack or basket on his back and carries them away to his lair, maybe even to the underworld. It was a pretty effective way to keep kids in line all year long. For a while, the Catholic Church tried to ban Krampus celebrations because of his demonic, pagan appearance. Even governments in the 20th century viewed him as a symbol of anti-Christian ideals and tried to suppress the tradition. But you can't keep a good demon down. In recent decades, Krampus has seen a massive resurgence in popularity, not just in his native Austria and Germany, but all across the world. Today, Krampusnacht is celebrated with something called the Krampuslauf or Krampus Run. It's a wild parade where people, mostly young men, dress up in elaborate and genuinely frightening Krampus costumes. These aren't your cheap Halloween store outfits. We're talking intricately carved wooden masks, real animal hides, and heavy, clanking bells and chains. They run through the streets, playfully chasing and scaring spectators. It's a spectacle that's part street party, part haunted house, and a whole lot of fun. It has become a way for communities to connect with their folk traditions in a modern, exciting way. The figure of Krampus has also clawed his way into popular culture. He's the star of horror movies, featured in TV shows, and has become an icon for those who prefer a little darkness with their holiday cheer. He represents the flip side of the festive coin, a reminder that not all is merry and bright. He's the shadow that makes the light of Christmas shine even brighter. So, this holiday season, as you're hanging your stockings and sipping hot cocoa, spare thought for the old traditions. Remember that somewhere, in a snowy alpine village, the sound of chains might be rattling in the distance. It's a chilling, fascinating piece of folklore that has survived for centuries. It reminds us that sometimes, a little bit of fear can be part of the fun. What do you think of the Krampus legend? Is it a terrifying tradition or a cool way to celebrate the holidays? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, And if you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of Christmas, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. Stay curious and subscribe my monks for more.